days.
All right, here we go.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about their subscriber count?
It's 9,010.
Wait, so you mean
Yes, Nappa. It's
It's
over.
over?
It's over 8,000!
What ain't? Wait, what?
There is a story so strange in its implications that it defies ordinary classification.
I don't care if you've been trying to find your passageway to Krakoa all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Brothers, coming to you live and direct from the stack. Smoke me out, fam, with that dang shit. On my left, Stitch.
It's 2020 and Tyler Perry's still trash.
Oh, my far right engineer on the 1 to 2, Chuck Beal on the 3s and 4s, Kronos.
One of the greatest things about World War III almost happening is that I already fucking served. You can't get me, bitch!
Oh, in the middle we got the old ninja.
We Black and the Black Times Infinity on that CPT.
Last but not least, returning your boy Blue.
It's your boy Blue, and this is 2020.
Yes, yes. A little bit late, but we right up in here.
Back up in this bitch, full crew.
Fuck them technical difficulties.
Yeah.
We back up.
Iran was cyber attacking us.
If I ran.
Good fucking shit.
Now we got to bomb one of the other guys.
Oh, shit, here we go.
Because of some shit he did back in fucking 1984.
Oh, god dang.
Taking it all the way back.
That's a fucking grudge.
juice box when I was 4 years old. Fuck your father.
God damn. Good to have you both back, Blue and Stitch.
Well, I would have been here last week, but I didn't know we were recording, so my bad. Plus, I was a little bit hungover, so
Oh, shit.
talking on the mics wasn't what I was feeling.
Uh-oh.
It was New Year's Day, man.
Yeah, it was New Year's Day.
A whole lot of fucking drinking.
You had to. Well, you drank the day before, right? Or you just kept it going.
That night, oh yeah.
Keep it rolling.
Damn.
Isn't that how it's supposed to work? Aren't you supposed to drink all fucking day?
Oh, man.
I'm wrong in the New Year's Day.
It's all good till you have kids, and you're like, you can't drink all fucking day.
Yeah, no shit.
I thought New Year's Day was National Hangover Day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
for a lot of folks. Watch some college football and be hungover.
Yep.
Who we got up in the chat?
Nobody in the chat just yet because we're late, so we need to pay the consequences for that. So sorry. We have serious technical difficulties with my camera and the
Internet.
well, it's not the internet too. It's like 3 problems.
Yeah.
My camera, the internet, and then my fucking capture device. Like they kind of all shit crapped out at the same time. But Jeffrey Hamilton, you listened a whole bunch of times over the past week. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Is anybody in the
I want
chat
to lady
still
to
late?
Mark Hamilton.
Yeah.
Or not Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill.
Or was the other Hamilton guy? Wasn't there like a
Alexander
skater guy?
Hamilton.
Who was the skater guy? The guy that used to. Who am I thinking of?
I'm thinking of Tony Hawk.
That's the only skater I know.
By thinking
default.
like figure skaters.
Is it Scott Hamilton?
Oh, yeah.
Figure skater.
Yeah,
Figure
Scott
skater.
Hamilton.
They did a thing on South Park about him.
Yeah, what would Scott Hamilton? Yeah.
Did he
No, that was
do?
Brian
Or Brian
Bartolo.
Yeah,
Bartolo.
I was gonna say, is that
They
Brian
both-
Bartolo?
I
Aren't
fucked
they
that all
both in
up.
it? Yeah.
I think he's
Well,
a skater,
no,
though.
but
Everything
Yeah, he's an ice skater.
I think they're both in it,
Yeah,
but they just
figure
put
skater.
Brian Bertano.
You gotta say it
above
right.
him. Say it with your chest.
All right. Old Ninja, what you got on? Usually you pour out some type of malt beverage or something.
All right, we're gonna post some King Cobra this time for Syd Mead. His official name is Sydney Mead. He's I guess he was an industrial designer, but he's known as a neo-futuristic conceptual artist. He's most famous for the artwork on Blade Runner, Aliens, and Tron.
Okay.
He's also worked on a couple games, Cyber Race and Cyber Speedway. He's also been like consulting with other games, including CD Projekt Red on like basically
Cyberpunk 2077.
cyberpunkish like games and books and whatnot. So he's been influential in design.
Blade Runner did look tight. Like,
Yeah,
I'll give it
that
props.
was literally all him. He's the only one, but he helped out with Aliens. He was like second to H.R. Geiger, so I mean he was able to continue it on with Covenant and whatnot. So, R.I.P. to him.
That's good shit, man. I hope they do another good Aliens movie.
H.R. Geiger's just like, he was like one guy who was like, you know what, I want a fucking alien.
Yeah,
I
pretty
want to
much.
just make a fucking whole franchise on that shit.
Yeah,
Yep.
he did, but
Yeah.
he had a lot of followers. That dude had a huge
They
bunch of
all wanted
followers.
to fuck aliens.
Yeah, it all was literally like that. Alien, like, biotech type shit with fucking dicks and vaginas just all intertwining.
I bet you that he was probably an unfuckable white dude. I have no idea what he looks like.
You don't know what he looks like?
I've never seen him. What does he look like? Goddammit. Now I'm fucking
I'm
curious.
just gonna put it out there. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Let's see. He's
Same
looking-
thing with like every single person that you see that got abducted by aliens.
Yeah.
It's always some unfuckable white dude.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I've seen. He's looking it up right now and shit. What are you looking up over there?
No.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Dude, he looks like he.
What did I fucking call it?
Yeah.
I mean, not to be
man.
racist, but he kind of looks like he just stepped off the set of Planet of the Apes.
God damn. Hold on. Now we're seeing his
There we
art.
go. Face.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Look at that face.
Looks like Marlon Brando.
yeah.
Yeah.
He
Bad
looks like
version.
Meatloaf.
Actually, younger it wasn't that bad, I guess, but still weird looking.
Yeah, the one at the bottom row he looks like he just stepped off Planet of the
Right
Apes.
here?
Yeah.
But
I mean-
his artwork was dope though.
Yeah.
That's I can't.
We're not models either,
Wait,
but.
did he do the artwork for
Oh,
Modern
God
Warfare?
damn. He
Modern
looks
Warfare.
like the fucking Emperor Palpatine. Shit.
Shit.
Fuck.
But his contributions to sci-fi are
Yeah.
inescapable.
Did he do the artwork for Warcraft? Because
No.
the artwork off to the side kind of looks like the cover of Warcraft.
No.
No.
Hey,
not.
this guy married a model.
Of course. That money, though.
He married a Swiss model.
Was it an alien model?
No, she was a Swiss model.
There you go.
Was it a model of machine? I'm just kidding.
All right.
Maybe.
That's,
Also,
disrespectful.
there's another RIP.
Is it not working?
Our good friend Shelby.
I got
Did she
yeah.
have an official name on here?
Oh, Hardly Nank.
Harley. Okay, yeah. And I think she was, I guess, the original White Girl of the Future winner. One of her close friends, Carly McCord, passed away in a plane crash.
Yeah, I was all over ESPN.
Yeah, it was just after Christmas. I believe it was like the 29th. She was a sports reporter for the Saints, Pelicans, and LSU football down in Louisiana. And her father-in-law was the actual offensive coordinator for the LSU football team. They were on a plane, like a, I guess, propeller sort of private plane going to the national championship semifinal game, and it crashed actually in my old hometown of Lafayette, Louisiana, and everything. There's 5 people on board. I think 4 of them perished, and I think the one person who did survive, he's in real bad condition. He's looks like he's gonna make it, but he's still hospitalized and everything. So
Sorry.
yeah, she still listens. Obviously, she reached out to us because I know she was listening definitely because she had a lot of questions on The Witcher and everything. So
answer a question?
I got to check back to it because she was kind of confused on everything that was going on. I hadn't watched it at the time, but I'm sure it was all cleared up last week. But no, she was going through a rough time with her close friend and everything.
Yeah, shout out to her, though. Man, where do we even fucking begin?
We should start with the big fucking news.
Go ahead. What's the big news?
So us blowing up
World War III, y'all.
an Iranian general who was basically the head of their Spec Ops division. I forgot their official name. And then the U.S. tension with Iran escalating with Iran attacking one of our U.S. or 2 bases, I believe, launching missiles and whatnot. But then Trump tweeting that everything's okay, even though 20 people died.
Did people die?
I
didn't
thought-
know.
I thought nobody died.
died.
I heard
In-
20
in-
people died. No,
But nobody died
Oh.
in the retaliation.
okay. But yeah, I mean, there's been all kinds of debate, a lot of fears. Hashtag World War III has been trending on Twitter for like a week now. A lot of memes, of course.
Yeah, well,
It's just kind of, I mean, there's a lot of like questions whether Trump did this legally, if he had the legal authority to go in and attack another country's sovereignty or whatever.
Well, just to even sort of previously set the table with what transpired over last week. I know back in, I think it was 2015, we had a sort of peace treaty with Iran.
We had a nuclear.
Nuclear arms like thing.
Yeah, we sort of like, we're like, all right, we sort of, we're like, all right, we understand, don't do this, we won't do that, et cetera, et cetera. So everything seemed to, at least from my understanding, be all right and chill. Then it seemed stuff escalated when there was I guess an attack or some people jumped the wall at a U.S. embassy.
The U.S. Embassy in
In-
Baghdad.
You're
Yeah.
talking about recently?
Yeah.
Well,
It was
okay,
Christmas
recently
Day.
that was like after. So we slapped him with a bunch of sanctions, and this is like one of the main reasons. I'm sure Prodigy can talk about this too, but the way that they're portraying this and like on the right wing side is not like the actual facts of what is really occurring, and they're trying to pull basically another let's just attack somebody thing to like get money out of the economy and put it in the hands of fucking contractors and shit like that. Because like there was a bunch of shit that happened. Like everybody, they're only showing the stuff that happened like that was where Iran was doing shit, but it also didn't talk about how America and the UN, they slapped sanctions on them after they signed this nuclear deal. And that's a big deal. Look, listen, I am no fucking Iranian sympathizer. You know what I mean? But we can't just sit there and say that our hands were clean in the whole thing, you know, because we slapped them with serious sanctions that affected their economy and, you know, and a whole bunch of other things. And I think that, you know, after we had, what was it? It was riots that happened at an embassy.
Right.
When I first saw that, I've been to that fucking embassy. I lived in Iraq for like a year and a half. I've been to the green zone multiple times. And there should have been zero chance that any fucking person using any kind of force should have gotten anywhere near, especially unarmed, near the fucking front door at that embassy. It should have been fucking impossible.
And why is that, Kronos?
The main reason why is because they keep playing this fucking Game of Thrones, basically, in President Trump's like cabinet. Like back in
I'm sorry. I mean, like in terms of getting close to the embassy itself, what should have prevented?
Oh, they should have got
military,
fucking shot.
Yeah. I just want to make sure.
Shut the fuck up.
Make sure everybody's clear on
Yeah,
that.
they
But go ahead.
should have been full of fucking holes well before they got anywhere near that place. But you know, I'm watching these videos and I'm like, how are they at the door like with a fucking battering ram and no guns and trying to battering down this door? And I'm like, why are they not getting shot? Like, it didn't make any fucking sense to me.
Yeah.
So how'd that
At
even
all.
happen then?
Because the fucking administration, they decided to half-ass all these military operations. First of all, there's no fucking clear plan about Iraq and Afghanistan. Zero. Even with the killing of Soleimani, whatever the fuck his name is, there's no clear plan of what to do after that. There's zero plan. All right. So going back though, in December of 2018, General Mattis. Sorry, this is gonna be political, sort of. But General Mattis, he put in for his resignation. He was a Secretary of Defense. He used to be in the Marine Corps. He was a fucking general, four-star general in the Marine Corps. But he was the commandant in the Marine Corps. I think. I can't remember correctly because I've been drinking. Anyway, he was the Secretary of Defense, and he decided to resign in 2018 because there was no clear plan for Iraq, Afghanistan, and he didn't appreciate the way that President Trump was dealing with our allies. Okay, so he put in for it, and he gave him a 3-month fucking notice for them to find a new Secretary of Defense.
Most jobs give you 2 weeks.
Yeah. What
Do them a
happened?
favor.
So what happened there?
It's not filled.
Literally, either the same day or the day after that, President Trump fired him immediately. And so the seat did not get filled for another 9 fucking months. It didn't get filled until August of fucking 2019. That's a 9-month gap where we didn't have a main leader in our military. A 9-month gap. How the fuck does that happen?
I'm going to say this just real quickly, not to step on anything, but it goes back to even after the election.
Yeah.
He purposely did not prepare for the transition. And you're required by law to
Yeah.
prepare for the transition in terms of who you're going to put in certain seats, like Department of Energy, Department of Education, and all that. There's a whole lot of vacancies on purpose because there's a failure to plan. There's one, I'm sorry to make a quick book recommendation, but there's a whole great book about this called The Fifth Risk that goes into a whole lot of detail. I just finished reading it. It was amazing because it goes department by department in terms of purposely not filling seats. That's all I'll
Yeah,
say.
and it's making us weaker overseas. And I've been saying that for like the longest time now. Like the fact that you're leaving these main seats open and not being filled, like shit is not getting done.
Yeah.
Like literally not getting done. Like the fact that we had a U.S. embassy on foreign soil, obviously it's on foreign soil, but like in a war zone that is not properly staffed is fucking ridiculous. This is multiple layers of failure that goes all the way up to President Trump. And the fact that he just decides that, oh, well, this general happens to be in the vicinity, so I'm gonna just fucking kill this guy. You know, after we had some riots that literally caused no death. Nobody fucking died or was hurt in those riots at that embassy. And so he just arbitrarily decided to fucking kill this guy. Yeah, it was a piece of shit, but still, we should be trying to get out of the country or de-escalate anything in that region.
Well, and who's going to be the replacement of that piece of shit, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone who doesn't have friendly American views, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Probably more aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, look at the news in the past, like 6 months with Iran. Look at they were having protests in the streets for their government, saying that, hey, we want to have, fairer rights.
Because
like
people are
that.
starving. There's
Yes.
people who are starving, people who can't feed their children, people who can't get access to medicine.
Exactly. But now, after he killed this fucking one general, look what happened. They all got unified. Fuck America.
Yep. Burning flags and all.
Was that worth it? To me, it's not. And yeah, I understand the history of this guy with IEDs, killing Americans, blah, 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 blah. I totally get that. I'm a fucking U.S. Marine. When you're at war, people will die. We've killed a bunch of people too. We killed a bunch of people in accidents. But I don't expect to have this kind of tit-for-tat shit that happened a long time ago to keep occurring. Because if we keep doing this, it'll never fucking end. Literally never fucking end.
Right.
If we let every single person that was a civilian or otherwise, even the military, get retribution on every single American that perpetrated some sort of perceived crime here in America, it would be an endless fucking cycle of fucking bullshit.
Eye for an eye mentality.
Yeah, and I don't. And I'm surprised that Iran said that we're done for now. I don't believe that shit for a fucking second. I don't believe that shit for a second. It'd be like if they killed General Petraeus.
Yeah.
Like if somebody killed General Petraeus, do you think we would be done?
No way.
Fuck no.
No way in shit. No way in shit. And I'm just going to say this too. Our other allies in the region are nervous as fuck. Israel and
Totally would
Kuwait.
Have they even said anything about it? They've just been sort of sitting this out. They'd be like, "This is your mess."
Yeah,
that's what it seems like.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, some of them said some stuff, but it's just like, and even some of the GOP leaders, the Republican leaders, when they actually finally sat down, because Trump and his administration decided to say that there was credible threats to America. But when I watched Mike Pompeo talk about it, he said that there was threats to Americans that were already in the war zone. But it's like, if it weren't threats to people that are actually on U.S. soil, I don't really give a fuck. If you're in a war zone, you are already assuming risk.
Yeah.
I've been there. I've lived there. I assumed risk. I assumed that I literally saw my death coming one day when I was in Iraq. I saw a rocket or IED coming straight, not IED coming directly, a rocket or missile coming directly at me, and I watched it get shot down by a fucking CRAM.
Yeah.
And that was an acceptable risk for me because I was getting paid a shitload of money.
What's a CRAM? What's a CRAM? So I know.
It's basically a big ass minigun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a Gatling
Oh
gun.
yeah, aren't
Yeah.
they? Those are automated, right? The ones
Yeah,
that
they're
are,
automated. I got saved by a fucking robot.
Yeah, they're like huge because they shoot like per second, like hella rounds.
Yeah. And it looks
Hella
like
rounds.
it looks like
Thank you
laser
for the
beams
feature.
because
Yeah,
they have
it
like
does.
every few rounds is a tracer.
Oh,
and
wow.
It looks like laser beams. It's fucking insane.
See, if you play the Division 2, you would see that shit.
See,
Alright.
where I'm confused at, and maybe it's on a larger level, but I mean, you always get the whole saying like fighting for your freedom and everything like that. But how does this conflict that we seem to have stepped in have anything to do with us and freedom? Or whatever?
Impeachment.
Is it-
Impeachment.
Nothing.
Okay,
It has
I-
nothing to do with the safety of Americans on American soil at all.
Okay.
I have no idea. It probably is because of impeachment,
probably-
but I don't want to go into like conspiracy land, even though to me it's like it doesn't make any fucking sense. There was literally a no-win situation on killing that guy.
Because it's like, obviously, everyone wants to support the troops and
Oh, yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
but isn't supporting them not putting them in harm's way for dumb shit? Like,
You would think.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, we had kind of a similar situation with Bill Clinton. When he was in his impeachment process, we had was it Somalia, or there was like some fucking, some bullshit went down to divert our attention to what was going on out there. Some military
Libya?
action. Was it Libya?
Not even Libya. Somalia, it seemed like there was some real crazy.
Well, yeah.
They shot down a helicopter. I remember.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
shot down a Black Hawk, hence Black Hawk Down, which the movie's based off those events. But there was also some other shit, basically to deter us of the whole impeachment process, which is literally still supposed to happen because I guess Congress is supposed to reconvene on the 15th of this month or something like that.
Well, that's the thing, though, is that the impeachment thing, it will never go through because they don't have the votes by the Republicans. So on the Senate side. So I don't understand why they even needed this sort of bullshit. It's so fucking dumb.
Like, I know in the group I had mentioned the whole Diggum scandal where in Family Guy, where Mayor West, he basically built a gold statue, Diggum, from the box of cereal, and everybody in the city got mad, but then he started the gay thing where gay marriages were banned, so people forgot about the Diggle scandal. And that's what I mean by the whole, this is a Diggle scandal all over
I
again.
forgot about that.
God
Yeah.
dang.
I mean,
Forgot about that.
to me, we either need to fortify and stay in Iraq and help build Iraq and Afghanistan, or get the fuck out. I would prefer just getting the fuck out. At this point, there is nothing for the U.S. to gain in being in either one of those countries. If you want to argue with it about me, then we can argue about it. I spent time and extensive time in Iraq, and there's literally nothing to be gained there anymore. Like, I don't understand the point of us even fucking being there. And same thing with Afghanistan. There's no point of us being there anymore. We fucking won. I guess,
quote unquote.
Put the quote hands
but
up.
the fact that we're still there is making things worse.
Yeah, it's like,
you know what I mean?
what's
Like,
the reason?
Yeah, I mean, like when we defeated, Germany and Japan especially. Like, what do? We beat the fuck out of them, and we helped them rebuild.
Yes, we did.
What are we doing with Iraq and Afghanistan? We beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
We're not helping them do shit.
No.
So why aren't we doing that?
Couldn't, in theory, Iraq just be like, get the fuck out?
Actually, they
Apparently,
voted
they're
to
trying.
tell us to get out.
They're trying to
So,
label
yeah.
us as terrorists.
Which would be awful
That
because
sounds like democracy working for them, in theory.
it would
However,
be, but then it puts us in like a really bad spot. You know what I mean? So,
Because we have a U.S. base there.
we have multiple.
Yeah, I was
US
gonna say
Yeah.
not one.
Yeah, we have a whole bunch. And so when people, like when they said that we left Iraq during, when President Obama was there, I was like, no, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
Like,
There's
no
too much
troops
money out there
No.
for us to just drop everything and leave. You're not
They-
going to leave that base out there.
They
No.
did leave a bunch of shit though. They left $5 billion worth of shit.
I'm sure there's probably a skeleton crew, but not what used to be there.
Yeah, it's like
It's not like we're
basically a
fully
skeleton
gone. And also, this general was killed on Iraqi soil. He wasn't killed in Iran. He was killed in Iraq. He was leaving and he was landing, getting off a plane, and they're saying from eyewitnesses that when he was hit, his body was torn apart by the explosion. And so now the Iraqis are like, well,
Eyewitnesses on the plane saw that, huh?
no, when he landed, eyewitnesses at the airport. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't believe any of the bullshit that they're putting out there about this shit, saying that there was imminent threat to Americans.
I'm
I
like,
don't,
sure.
I don't believe any of that shit. If you believe that shit, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't believe none of that shit.
they're saying that this guy knows that he cannot wage war against the U.S. and win. There's no way. There's no way that the Iranians would be able to be like, oh, we're gonna attack the U.S. and we're gonna hit their cities. That's just crazy for them. Unless even maybe if a superpower backed them, but even then, that's still remote.
Yeah, if you don't believe me about the fact that it's about money for contractors, look up Raytheon, look up Halliburton, look up Northrop Grumman, look up fucking
Stock
Lockheed Martin.
options.
Look at the stocks.
Yeah.
Look at the stocks right now
They
in
went
the
through
coming
the
days. They're going through the fucking because everybody fucking knows. Like, this is how they start transferring our tax dollars into the hands of these fucking contracting companies. It's by starting these fucking bullshit wars, and they don't even need oil. All they need is just to get these fucking contracts. And I know because I was a fucking contractor, and I got paid
Buku.
for one person. All right, so listen, when I first went over there, my first long trip, it was for a year, and I was getting paid. I'll just tell you the number straight out. I was getting paid $250,000 a year. All right, for 1 year worth of work, and 90 or at the time $85,000 of that was tax deductible.
Yep.
All right, what you know how much they paid to get me over there? $1.2 to $1.6 million for one fucking person.
God
For just fucking me. That's it. One person. And
Insane.
they justify it by saying that, oh well, if a contractor gets hurt, we don't have to, pay them, blah blah blah. I'm like, well, yes, you do, because if I get hurt, where are you gonna send me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the same military fucking hospital. So you're not gonna fly me back to America right away.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go to the same military hospital. And are you saying that in any fucking military person's lifetime, they're not gonna get paid $1.6 million?
No way. None.
Unless you're like a super high general, but even then, you're like barely even touching it. Over
Yeah.
40 years of work,
Yeah.
$1.6 million.
Exactly.
Barely touching it. If you even get there. So
Yep.
for somebody to sit there and try to justify, because I had somebody in the military and somebody on a contractor side try to justify it, I was like, are you fucking high? Like, no. Like, I was a fucking...
You did this work as in the military.
I did
and
that
then
work
you-
as a corporal.
Yeah,
as
exactly.
an E4.
Yeah, and then you're doing it private.
And you're paying me literally, shit, maybe 20 times more than I was supposed to be getting paid in the military. Maybe 20. It might be more. Shit, I don't fucking know.
Insane.
And that's where your money's going. All right. So when you see these wars going, and I called it in May of last year, when I talked about, because I looked on Facebook, I was like, I know I talked about the OCO fund, and I looked, and yeah, in May of last year, I talked about the OCO fund. It's it's basically a fund just for ongoing wars.
There you go.
And I noticed that they lessened the amount of military spending by like maybe $80 billion, but they more than doubled the OCO fund year to year. And I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? Like,
It's coming.
Like, we don't have all of our wars that are happening right now. They should be like spending, like, should be trending
I knew
down.
it was coming.
Yeah, I knew the shit was coming.
Yeah. I will say this just on a human side. This is some scary ass fucking shit, man. If things ramp up, and today seems relatively quiet in terms of casualties, I don't think there are any, but things could ramp up literally tonight, like, or tomorrow, or later this weekend.
Yeah.
Two rockets we just landed in the green zone.
Yeah,
earlier today.
We don't. The whole world is on pins and needles, and I feel for soldiers and fucking civilians who are caught up in all of this tense shit that could. Basically, it's a powder keg. It's a huge fucking powder keg, and it's already a tense region.
Yeah, I mean, if Iran sets off a dirty nuke in like one of the surrounding regions, that's going to cause huge problems.
We don't know what's going to happen.
We know what's insane to me is that I'm seeing a lot of Americans, both in the military and civilian side, that are basically warmongering for this fucking war.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you talking like this? Like, do you not understand the human cost of war?
Yeah.
Like, I understand it. I was and for people that were like in the military, Marines especially, like, oh yeah, let's go over there and fuck them all up. I'm like, fucking why? Why do you want to go over there and kill a bunch of people?
Yeah.
Like,
You have to think about it. Like,
what the fuck?
The why is super important, and the cost.
Yeah.
Not just financial, but just human cost.
Yeah, it's human cost to me is you cannot put a number on that shit. You can't put a number on, civilian deaths, military deaths, fucking loss of productivity, loss of fucking anything. You can't put a fucking actual cost on that because you don't know the potential of a single person. And nobody's taking that shit into account when they're just like, oh yeah, just make that fucking whole region into glass. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What the fuck?
The other thing too, just to say this, if you look back in like World War I, World War II, there was this shared sacrifice for the average citizen in America during wartime. Even if you weren't in the war, you were recycling tin. You were sacrificing in other ways and limiting yourself and limiting resources and all that.
Women were going to work and stuff.
Yeah, you had the Rosie the Riveter. Right here in Richmond, there's a great museum for Rosie the Riveter where women stepped up into the workplace to manufacture some of the ships and weapons and all of that because the boys were overseas.
All in war.
In war. But there was this collective sacrifice. There's so little people who are in the military for the volunteer army or volunteer military. And then the rest of us fat, lazy fucks aren't making any sacrifices, yet some people are rah, let's go do this.
Yeah. And I think
I hate that.
Honestly, as somebody with PTSD, I think that's one of the main reasons why people have PTSD that come back from a war, because you come back and it's like
a hero welcome.
Well, no, you don't get a hero's welcome. What happens is you go over to war, you do some shit, and you come back and it's like your life was on pause and everybody else's life just kept going as normal, and nobody really gives a shit. Nobody sacrificed a fucking thing while you're over there fucking fighting for your goddamn life. And it's like nothing happened.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
and they don't want to talk about it.
No,
you know what I mean?
not at all.
Because they can't relate, and
they told you nothing.
Yeah.
Come over here. You got a new mall. You got a bunch of new houses. All this shit. It's like, what the fuck are you even fighting for? You know what I mean? Like, nobody even tries to possibly comprehend what the fuck you went through. Meanwhile, you have civilians, especially. Actually, on both sides, it makes me mad for different reasons. How they're like, yeah, let's just fucking blow them up. I'm just like, you don't even understand what that cost is. And until you understand that, please shut the fuck up.
These same people don't even like going to a morgue or a graveyard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you can't handle watching a horror movie or going to a graveyard, how in the shit are you going to talk about, I'm rah-rah, I want war, I want dropping bombs on people?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Have you seen your friends blowing up? Have you seen fucking brain fragments? Have you seen fucking kids accidentally killed? Or kids that are killed on purpose because they had a fucking gun?
Yeah.
None of that shit comes into your fucking mind. You're just thinking fucking, let's just blow them up. We'll just send some other guy's kids over there. Would you want to send your own kids to Iran? If the answer is no, then you're not fucking pro-war. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, one other thing you got to take into account too is like once they come back, like you talk about
PTSD. Arts PTS. Yeah.
But they don't talk about like mental health. Like there's not that many clinics out there for people. Like what jobs they can have once they come back. Like there's no help for the veterans once they come back home.
The last time I checked, it was 22 a day commit suicide from the military. Yep. 22 people. That's an insane fucking number. 22 service members a day commit suicide because of post-traumatic stress. And that's on top of people that are dying over in that region. But you want to keep, raising that fucking war flag. And you don't give a shit about them.
And then hundreds go homeless.
Yeah.
Or
you're not willing to help them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it's just like the money that we're spending on these wars could be used to help them. These wars cost us trillions of dollars. Trillions of dollars.
Yep.
We can use this shit towards way better stuff.
Yep. I'm also going to say this too. When things are this tense from the standpoint of literally going to another war that involves multiple countries, because we have a lot of allies in the region and all that stuff, Twitter, for fuck's sake, you got to mute fucking Trump sometimes. I swear to God.
Oh, man.
I know he is the president and all that shit, but literally the world hinges on a tweet that could be interpreted the wrong way, or he could just blatantly say some shit and it's on.
It's usually blatant.
Just suspend his fucking account.
I mean,
when it's because it's free speech, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, when it's
which is unfortunate for that guy.
But I mean, like when you're talking,
is it really free speech?
It is.
It is.
Like free speech to be free. Hold on, it has to apply to everybody.
Yeah,
it has
including
to.
him.
It has to.
Including
getting removed from a social media thing doesn't quantify free speech. Free speech means you won't get thrown into jail. Twitter jail is not real jail.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, but it sets a bad precedent for Twitter if you ban the president of the United States.
Yeah, that would be a shitstorm they wouldn't be able to recover from.
Fine. Yeah. I'm fine with it.
Well, see, the thing is that I'm all for free speech, but it works both ways. If you want to say what you want, then there should be consequences to what you say, right? But what's happening now is because he's president, he has, for some reason, this is like a weird fucking oddity. There's like zero consequences to whatever he says. He literally tweeted about war crimes.
Yeah.
War fucking crimes in the Geneva Convention. He talked about
hidden places of worship.
Cultural sites.
Cultural sites, that's what it was.
I'm
That's
like,
a
you're the
crime.
fucking president. It's in the Geneva Conventions. You can't fucking do that.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Well, and let's just say this real quickly. Those aren't strategic military sites.
No.
Some mosque, some library, some museum in Iran that, goes back to pre-biblical times and shit.
I bet he won't hit his own hotel.
None of that is a strategic, like a weapons manufacturing outpost or anything like that.
Damn.
Well, PTSD is actually trending on Twitter right now. It's like the number 5 tweet.
Is there something?
Damn. So.
Oh no, I'm checking it out.
I mean, we've been at war for like 20 years now. Like a constant, basically forever fucking war.
Yeah, way longer than World War I or II or Civil War.
We just need to.
Not longer than Nam.
Can we just stop? Like, seriously, just fucking leave.
Hey, so the guys from the Best Damn Comic Book Show, they're talking about if Trump tweeted something about like Caitlyn, basically any trans person really, he'd get banned. If he said something that was like in the gray area or whatnot, Twitter would ban him. So if you can bait him into debate about LGBTQ+, that'll get him banned.
Jesus.
Guaranteed.
I bet you he doesn't even know what LGBT.
Oh, he probably doesn't.
Fucking means.
I bet you he'll get it mixed up too. He'll be like BGLTQS.
I want a BLT. Oh man, yeah. Look, it's tense times. We keep it fun on this fucking cast, but sometimes we gotta talk about real shit because there's real shit going on in the fucking world.
We all might die.
Honestly, I hope that he gets put up on another impeachment for suggesting war crimes. Because to me, like, he already basically did treason.
Yeah.
And to him to suggest war crimes is also an impeachable defense. That is a fucking high crime. That's one of the highest crimes you can do.
Yep.
Is literally trying to wipe out another country's culture.
Yeah.
Like, that is literally what he's saying, is hit cultural sites. That it's trying to wipe out somebody's culture. That's what that means.
I'm gonna flip it on most people. Imagine if someone said that about like the wall, the waning wall in like Israel or something like that, or our fucking Washington Monument.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, our Statue of Liberty. There's a whole bunch of things.
Yeah, Golden
White
Gate
House,
Bridge.
yeah.
I mean, we would be like, fuck everything about you talking about. You know what I mean? So anyway.
But isn't there like I guess George Lopez got in trouble for something he posted on Instagram about I guess there's like an $80 million bounty on Trump's head.
Is it million or billion?
Maybe it was billion. Yeah,
It was a billion.
but yeah, he had said that. Oh, we'll do it for 1/3 of that price or something like
I
that.
said we do it for
shit.
half. Is what he said.
Yeah.
Damn.
George Lopez. I love this.
Now
show
he's in
back
trouble
the
with
day.
the FBI or the CIA or whoever.
Secret Service gonna come
Yeah,
to him.
that'll happen. I mean, there was a what was it? There was a UFC guy. I forget his name. I think it was Jacob Volkman. I'm pretty sure it's his name. But he said that he would like to punch President Obama in the face, and the FBI was knocking on his door the next day.
Yeah, I mean, they are supposed to follow up on threats,
same
regardless of how anybody feels about a president. When you talk about violence to a president or political figure like
Yeah.
that, look,
But it also happened with
listening.
that white comedian chick,
which one?
something Griffin.
It's a lot of white.
Kathy
Oh,
Griffin?
Kathy
Yeah,
Griffin.
Oh,
Catherine-
yeah.
yeah. Her little comment in her little photo shoot she did.
Oh yeah, they followed up with her too.
Hell yeah, they did.
God damn it, we got a lot.
And they brought receipts.
Yeah.
He said,
Damn.
"What?"
Did.
All right.
All right, let's. You want to jump? Should we jump into some gaming, or should we do some follow up on some shows?
So really quick, did everyone see this New Mutants trailer
I did.
that
yeah.
dropped?
I did not, but go ahead.
Apparently-
I thought it was fake, so I was like,
I
oh,
thought
fuck
it was
this shit.
too. I thought it was gonna be like, I'm like, this is really, really,
I think I
really,
saw it without the sound.
Yeah. Oh no, I saw it with the sound. I was like, this is really, really, really well done, like amateur studio, like trailer.
Really well done, amateur studio.
Yeah, I was like,
this is the best 5-year-old's drawing ever.
Yeah, I was like, wow. But it was like, okay, is this real or is this some like fucking shit? But apparently they have a release date of 2020, like April, I guess.
They had a release date 3 years ago.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
it's
say,
true.
there's multiple release dates.
Yeah, so we'll see.
No, ain't no we'll see. Ain't nobody interested in this goddamn movie.
I was before, like when it first announced it, but I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
how could a movie be so fucked up that it took you 3 years, or maybe it's probably like 2 years, to like remake it?
Even
Dude.
Fox didn't want to release this
Dude,
shit.
it
weird.
took them like maybe 5-6 months to reshoot for fucking Sonic. Because the first
Yeah.
trailer for Sonic was bullshit, and all of a sudden, about 6 months later, they're like, "Oh, the new trailer's out, and it looks fucking dope now."
And it was just all CGI. I
Yeah.
don't know what the fuck they're changing, but I want both releases. I know that.
yeah,
The original trailer looks
release
scary
the
as
Snyder
fuck.
cut.
Those fuckers.
So it looks like was it April 3rd? It's going to be the release date for.
We'll
New
see.
Mutants?
I don't even know. And I
this
love
is-
X-Men, but I don't even know who's in this.
And this is, I mean, the only
Maisie
one I
Williams.
know. Yeah, Maisie
Oh,
Williams is the
okay.
only one I know.
But like, who's she playing? Is she?
Wolfsbane.
Oh,
Wolfsbane.
boy.
I mean, this is being released under 20th Century Fox.
Marvel.
So-
That's funny. Disney and Marvel don't want nothing. Don't want their name on it.
Nah, this
hold
isn't
on.
Marvel Studios.
You
It's just Marvel.
You know what's weird is that you know how old it is because when you see Maisie Williams, she looks so much younger.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like she's like little fucking Arya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, the production for
boobies?
this was completed in 2014.
God
Damn.
That's like fucking 6 years, damn there.
Fuck this movie, man. This ain't gonna work.
Do not want.
The other one for the movie news, I saw, and I'm not a big fan of this. We're getting a Flashpoint as the first Flash movie with shitty ass Ezra. What's going on?
Well, I know they've been talking that for a
talking
while.
about this for
I
a
didn't know it
while,
was.
too.
I thought this was the first time they confirmed it was Flashpoint.
Yeah,
not
I think some people were throwing it around. I think it was just on a rumor mill, but so it has been confirmed that's gonna be Flashpoint.
That's what the director was saying, man.
I
I
think-
mean, it's funny to me because he's the second director. The original director walked.
that's true.
Well, I thought
And then
even
the guy that plays Barry's father, Henry Allen, he left too.
I thought they kicked out the guy who played Flash.
No,
No, I think they still have
they
Ezra
keep it
on
in.
there. But if you're doing a Flash, or this is Flash's first movie, he's been a
Yeah.
star for a long time, been a comic book
Yeah.
character for a long time. I don't think you start with Flashpoint.
Yeah, that's
That's
like
weird.
the last thing you want to do.
I think you build up to Flashpoint, right? I mean,
Like I know I wanted them to do Flashpoint just to restart the fucking the DCU, but it's too fucking early in the game for that, especially for a story for Flash.
I don't know about this, man.
I
What you
don't
got
know.
on this?
Maybe
Will?
they already did.
I'm not
Or
interested.
Stitch, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not really interested in seeing this Flash.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything for me. I'm just like, whatever.
Unless
I mean,
maybe him doing the Flashpoint causes him to become another person. They fucking just recast him.
Recast him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm Barry
did-
Allen. I used to be Mexican.
I did see that I guess it's sort of semi-confirmed that they're going to have Colin Farrell as Penguin.
oh yeah, for Matt Reeves' Batman.
With
The Batman cast
Archie
gets
Batman?
more interesting every time they talk
And then
about it.
also, what's his name for Commissioner Gordon, the guy from
Oh,
West-
Jeffrey Wright?
Yeah.
Oh, he's been tweeted that he's been already filming that Gotham.
Yeah, it's sort of been like kind of pretty much confirmed, I guess.
He's been confirmed.
Well, whatever, speculating man.
Well,
we got hard confirmations
was-
from legit sources.
That's
He
the
was
guy-
hard confirmed like a month and a half
That's the guy
ago.
from Westworld, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I had mentioned how if he's black, then I mean Batgirl's got to be black. A
Yeah.
part black,
Yeah.
a portion of black.
I mean, if she's in this,
quarter
we
black.
don't even know if there's
Well,
a
I mean,
Batgirl in this
if they
world.
were to continue the series, like if it was make other like episodes or whatever, we'll have to get a black Batgirl, which I'm down for.
We'll see. I'm excited about the Batman movie. The casting seems interesting. There's no trailer or anything like that, but I'm cautiously optimistic about the casting.
Well, I mean, we'll see how Cedric
Paddington.
Diggory does.
Mm.
That's how I know him, Cedric Diggory. We'll see how he does. I mean, I would love for him to like have a breakout role, and for anybody to sit there and be like, "Oh, well, look at these other movies." The other movies that you're gonna fucking talk about, besides Twilight, didn't do shit in revenue. All right, nobody fucking watch those movies.
No.
I'm not gonna watch those fucking movies. I'm not interested at all. Don't try to convince me.
I tried watching one of his movies. Like somebody's like, "Oh, you need to watch this movie. This is him as Batman." I watched it. I was like, "This was fucking garbage." Like
Yeah.
the acting was really bad, and like the storyline was garbage. I'm like, "What the fuck were you talking about? You just fanboying off of him fucking coming off of Twilight."
That's it.
It was bad.
These are cinema files
Yeah.
with heavy fucking quotes.
There you
Like,
go.
get the fuck. You like shitty movies. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah. And these were kind of obscure, too. Obscure
Yeah.
kind of dramas that didn't do no money.
Well, you know what's weird though is that I think you posted it the other day. Actually, it was today with Anthony Mackie talking about movies.
Oh, that was great.
Where like there is, it's hard. Like movies today are kind of shitty, which is, I mean, generally speaking, is true. I mean, like the movies that we like today are action heavy. Like, what is the last good movie that you saw that was like a drama or something that was like fresh and new?
Yeah.
It's been a fucking minute.
Well, 12 Years a Slave, Baby Driver, but Baby Driver has
Baby
a little
Driver's
action.
action.
Yeah, a
And
little
12
bit.
Years a Slave was based off an old book from the 1800s.
Yeah, but
And there's like all other slavery movies.
And that's real rare. And even that movie didn't do that well in the theaters. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we watched it. But
well, even like if you look at Jordan Peele's movie, like that's just horror movie and it's all
suspense
basically
horror.
action.
yeah, but those movies, they don't do well in the theaters.
In
And
general.
I think it's because, like Anthony Mackie said, like you go to watch a movie now, and you don't watch like a Stallone film. You watch a film based on the character. Like he's saying, like when you go to watch like Avengers, you go to watch Captain America and Iron Man.
Yeah.
You don't go to watch,
RDJ.
and Chris, not
Evans.
Chris Pine.
Yeah, Chris Evans, yeah.
yeah.
well, I guess
I sort of do sometimes
counter-
with Tarantino movies, but I wasn't a big fan of the last one.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, but when I do know it's a Tarantino movie, I do try to watch it. I mean, even with what's his name, the one that put out the one on Netflix that's 3.5 hours.
The
Scorsese.
Irishman.
Yeah, that was good, but that would have been a hard sell for me to sit in a movie theater for 3.5 hours. But yeah, I do like what his style of movie producing. So,
But just
Yeah.
but for the vast majority, yeah, I would agree with what he's saying. Yeah.
But you, Prodigy, you ain't out here hooting and hollering about the Joker. I mean, the Joker didn't have that. It really doesn't have like action sequences.
It was mainly a thriller. I will go there. I will go there.
Thriller,
Yeah.
But this is $1 billion movie.
Yeah, it did well. I think that's one of the outliers.
If the movie was named The Clown and had no ties to Joker, would you have watched it, or would you have been interested? If it had just been like,
Well, he probably wouldn't watch it.
yeah,
You know
so
why?
it's a really tough question, and I would say probably not in theater is my answer. But if you take away the title of Avengers, would I ever watch any of those movies? Probably not. I mean, I'm tied to some of the geek comic book stuff, and that's kind of the hook to get me into being interested. Like Anthony Mackie was saying, we all kind of want to see some of the characters we grew up reading and watching cartoons for,
Yeah.
to a certain extent.
Do you
Hold on-
think?
Hold on. Sorry, go ahead.
No, do you guys think that we're fucking starting to beat a dead horse with a stick with our comic book movies? Because it seems like every month there's a comic book movie that's coming out. At least in January or last year, it seemed that way.
I mean, there were a lot. There's been a lot of them. There's no doubt about it. I mean, like Hellboy didn't do well. You know what I mean? That is based off a comic book, and certain ones don't do as well as others. But in general, most of the comic book movies are keeping Hollywood afloat.
Yeah, and so
that's true.
a couple of points. All right. So first of all, we're kind of like a bad example for this, at least most of us on the podcast, because a lot of us watch anime, and there's no like Rotten Tomatoes for anime. You know what I mean? Like you watch it, and if it's good, you keep watching. If you don't, you fucking stop watching. And this is basically the way shit was done before, like 2008.
Yeah.
There was no like rating. You didn't look up a rating to go watch a movie.
It was your friend telling you about it.
Yeah.
Watch
Watch this one.
Go check it out.
Or even seeing a trailer like I'm seeing this.
Yeah. But back in the day, or even with like anime and other things, any foreign type of film or work, it's all about recommendations. Like, hey, if this speaks to me, I'm going to watch it. And I totally, when Anthony Mackie talked about, like Rotten Tomatoes, and he's totally right. I'm like, dude, like when a movie comes out, I'm like, oh, this looks interesting, and I look up Rotten Tomatoes. I'm just like, oh, it looks shitty. I'm just like, but there are some films I'm just like, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna watch it anyway.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So.
And sometimes Rotten Tomatoes, for your own personal taste, is fucking dead wrong.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like The Witcher is like right now for the critics is like 30-some%.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you fucking high? And I understand like one of the main criticisms of The Witcher that is like totally legit. Is like it's confusing in the beginning if you're not really paying attention and you never played The Witcher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it doesn't explain right away. There's two fucking different timelines. And to me, that was really fucking retarded by the writers. They should have like just put in timestamps. It's like easy. Put in timestamps. And then it'd be like, oh, okay, I get it. Like they're not in the same timeline.
Yeah, I agree that would have been easier, especially for new people. But at the same time, too, they're like you see the lioness, like she's dying in one scene, and then like a couple episodes later, she's like,
But the viewers,
yeah,
that have no idea about that, they're like, what the fuck just happened? Like, and I totally understand.
Isn't
I'm
that bitch supposed to be dead?
Yeah, that'd be really confusing.
It's all good.
I mean, I think that me and you, because we played the game, you played it more than I did.
Yeah.
But we will give it some concessions.
Yeah.
Right? Because we understand some of the characters and like timelines and shit. But for like the fucking Joe Blow,
they were like, "What the fuck?
Like, wait a minute, she just died." Like,
yeah. And it was. I mean, you're Shelby, right? Was confused.
Yeah.
A little bit on that.
I was confused. I stopped watching it.
But I mean,
really?
Yeah, I can't get
whoa.
through it.
Oh shit.
Wait. Did you get to the orgy with Jennifer?
Oh,
shit, I have to get back in there then.
Oh, shit.
I've been sold back into there.
Yeah, man. Jennifer?
He's on you, son of a bitch.
Wait,
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
Did she get bad, or is she still
I didn't get that far. I
Quasimodo?
didn't even get that
Oh,
far.
you're on Quasimodo?
Oh shit!
Jennifer about to bring you right back in.
Even when she was all hunchbacked, those titties were nice.
Quasimodo.
Even when she was a hunchback?
Yeah.
I was like, she got potential.
What's that one Kardashian that looked like shit before?
Chloe.
No,
all
no,
of them
not
look
Chloe.
like shit. If you
The
look
other
at
one.
There's a Chloe and
The younger
Courtney.
one.
Oh,
Kendall or Jindal or
yeah,
I
Kendall,
think it was
right?
Kendall, yeah.
Jenner?
I mean, she was a young girl. She was a teenage girl
Yeah, but
back then.
she had no lips, looked extra plain.
She did.
And then all of a sudden she was like, kapow, and it was like, that's all paid for.
Yeah, that's all plastic.
Jennifer puts her to shame. I was
Yeah.
like, damn, she's hot.
Jennifer bad with them purple eyes.
Yeah.
Bruh, this is the first time I've I don't like makeup, like at all. Like I think makeup is fucking stupid. But when her eyeshadow is fucking dope.
Yeah.
Like it's like this crazy like color peacock shit.
Yep.
I was like, damn, that's some dope ass makeup.
Yeah.
But for real, fuck makeup.
Makeup's a magic trick.
Yeah, that shit in the tub. Oh, sorry.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back in. You got it.
Son of a bitch.
That
Son of a
orgy.
bitch.
I wasn't ready for the orgy scene because like nobody was talking about it, and then it hit me, and I was like, "Oh,
I still haven't heard
God
the
dang.
give your Witcher a coin
oh,
song yet.
toss a coin to you. Oh man,
You on that news? Yeah. Keep watching.
that's literally second or third
I
episode.
think it's the second episode.
It's
That
like
shit is
super
so
early.
good.
That's
Yeah,
catchy.
toss a coin to your Witcher.
That's one of my favorite songs. Like,
That's just hella catchy. I was like,
Have you heard the rock version of it?
oh yeah, of course.
They got a metal
There's
one?
a metal version. Yeah.
yeah, that's fucking crazy. I was like, whoa, toss a coin to your Witcher, huh?
Hilarious.
Oh, Valley of Plenty.
Oh, shit.
Well,
All
what's
right.
funny to me though is that I read the book, and I actually think that the show, excluding like the weird time jumps, this show is better than the first book.
Oh, yeah.
You read the book? The first
I
book?
heard most of it. Like, I want to say 150, 200 pages worth of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of fucking dry.
Yeah.
It's kind of dry.
And again, I'm going to say this again. The Dark Horse comic is great. Like, it picks up off of that, but it
Yeah.
has way more action.
Well, I'm gonna keep reading I'm gonna read or listen to the entire series, but I'm going back to like there's a series called The Land, which that I'm listening to, and like this most recent book is like 46 fucking hours.
God damn.
In audio. So once I know with that, I'll go to the next book of The Witcher, and I expect it to get better. If it doesn't, I will let you know. But I think it's just cool that we're getting like literary works put into like games.
Yeah, foreign ones. You know what I mean? Like nobody's reading Polish fiction.
Wait, I'm gonna call right now. I think the next thing that people are gonna find in games that are gonna blow games up is this new lit RPG fucking genre with books. They're called literary RPGs, and they're I've read like 4 or 5 book series from them now, and it's basically like you're reading a video game.
Nice.
And it's awesome. It's kind of how Ready Player One sort of is. It's sort of like it's pretty much a lit RPG.
Okay.
But there's like way other ones, and apparently like the founder of lit RPG in America is a black guy.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Dr. Aileron Kong.
Did we talk about this guy? Because he looks like W. Kamau Bell a little bit.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Isn't because he's
Sounds
been
familiar.
Yeah, he's been around for a minute. Because is it the same guy that worked with CD Projekt Red or
No, it's a different guy.
Different guy?
You're
Okay,
thinking
yeah.
of like the Gibson. Yeah, he's the founder of like Cyberpunk.
Yeah, that guy.
Well, he's not the founder of Cyberpunk.
He's
like
of the cyberpunk
he's
genre
early on.
Yeah, that guy.
Aileron
That's-
Kong, like he wrote his first book was in like 2016 or 15, and he pretty much birthed the American lit RPG thing.
I like it.
Eventually, I want to have him on the podcast. I'm going to finish like his last book and have him on. Really interesting dude. They're great books, but once somebody from the gaming industry latches on to that genre,
There we
you're
go.
gonna see like a ton of new, really, really good RPGs come out that people are gonna have a lot of fun with.
Hopefully next gen.
Yeah,
yeah,
I hope so too,
we'll
because
see.
I'm like, because you're literally reading the book and they're talking about hit points and all this other shit, and like buffs and debuffs, and it's just like, dude, this is so awesome. To,
That
like,
weeb shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Stitch. Speaking of some gaming, you are going hard on Call of Duty. Jump in here. Modern Warfare, what you think?
Yeah,
Are you, Stitch?
I jumped out of the plane expecting my my squad members to be on the fucking
this guy.
and landing in the drop zone with me,
Here we go.
and I'm the only one on the fucking ground. Everybody
Oh
else
my God.
fucking got distracted by fairy bullshit.
Hold on.
I had Mjolnir in my hand, and a dinosaur needed to get his skull cracked open.
I
You
don't
know
know.
this.
I don't know.
You were late to the drop zone. We were there.
Kronos, is
day
there a term
zero.
for somebody that when you're supposed to jump out the plane that never jumps out the plane with you? Like, is there a military term for
that's
that?
called the motherfucker that gets thrown out.
We're like, all right, boys, we hitting the drop zone, and you jump out, and the fucking whatever B-52 keeps going.
He's playing with fucking cats and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here with this power code nonsense.
Yeah.
And your fucking messy ass goddamn interface. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Bullshit.
We were already on the ground.
Yeah, y'all
Oh.
been getting me to play this game.
Sorry,
Oh, go.
hold, one sec. Kareem, if you listen to this podcast, I didn't get a chance to send out your game today, but I'll send it out this week.
Shout out to him, and thank you, Kronos. Kareem, I'll put your last name out there. Fuck it. Kareem Snowden from San Diego gets monster weeb hunting, and we are going to do some fucking hunting with that motherfucker.
Yeah,
There you go.
I hope y'all are still playing it by the time he gets it.
Yeah.
I will do a Cronus giveaway more often with less weeby ass games.
Oh,
I'll give away interesting games that I've previously played. I'm not going to go back to play.
There you go.
And I'll give it away, and hopefully nobody fucking. All right, all you listeners, not a single fucking person sent an email or a DM to us about that game. It just happened to be a friend of Prodigy. It was like, I'll take the game. That's how weeby ass. Nobody wants to fucking play that game. I'm just saying.
I mean,
Oh,
this is true.
No lie detected.
Yeah. Our listeners got better things to do than weeb shit.
I'm going to put a lolly shirt in that package. For Kareem.
Include the body pillow. Include the body pillow for his ass.
Just do the sheet, not the pillow.
But,
Save on shipping.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare is fun. I'm really enjoying it. I did the campaign. The campaign's solid. It's
Is
not
it
just like some,
Pretty easy.
I wouldn't say it's.
How long did it take you to finish it, the campaign?
I'd say
8 to 10?
I guess so.
10,
I was
15?
kind of just
Oh.
playing it casually with no
Yeah.
like just But it was really fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The story was legit, and even what I really enjoyed was the gameplay and the sort of pseudo realism that goes into playing it. I mean, there's obviously games that are like super hyper realistic, and obviously if you get shot, you can't just hide in a corner and wait for your color to come back and then run back into the room and stuff. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was really fun. I kind of ventured away from like those multiplayer Call of Duty games because it was just more fast twitch, just pulling on the trigger, running around with a sniper rifle, and just blasting people.
No scope.
No scoping
360,
people.
no scope.
Yeah, exactly. I've kind of fallen into more like tactical shooters, but during the story mode, you had to use some tactics and everything. So I was finding some fun with that. Obviously, the survival mode, squadding up with your friends, is really fun and enjoyable. I would like to do that more often. I got to play.
Damn, he really putting the screws to us.
I did. I only got to play with Old Ninja once, and then y'all been on that bullshit game, whatever.
Do they have co-op?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's several.
Spec Ops.
There's
There's three.
Spec Ops back? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll pick it up. I'll do it.
There's a Spec Ops. There's even like a classic Spec Ops. There's survival. Then there's like 2 other game modes for the co-op, and then the multiplayer where you're going head to head. There's even like team deathmatch. They like cycle through some game modes that won't be there in like the next week and stuff, which is where I was like, oh shit.
They will do limited time like event modes.
Yeah, like the one that was like a gun rally, I'll just call it or whatever. But essentially, you have to get a kill with each different type of gun.
Oh, it's gunfight.
Not
gunfight. Shit.
Gun something, but essentially, you'll start with a pistol or whatever. You get a kill with a pistol, then it'll move you to a shotgun. And if you get killed with the shotgun, you might digress and back to the pistol. So it becomes like a ride to see whoever cycles through all 15 different guns that they have on this little shopping list, which is really fun.
The last weapon.
You gotta get like a melee.
The last
revolver.
weapon's always the combat knife.
Yeah,
every time.
So it's fun.
I greatly appreciated the fact that, and I don't play a whole lot of the multiplayer one. I love the Spec Ops more. But my loadout and like score or gamer rank, whatever, transfers between the 2 of them, and that's fucking dope.
Yeah, you can rank up in every mode that you play. So ranking up in Spec Ops, you rank up your character and your weapons, so you can unlock more attachments or whatnot, and you can play, pretty much whatever mode with whatever you want. And now they have like character skins, so you can unlock skins, pick your skins. They introduced the Battle Pass, which is similar to Fortnite and Apex and
tease you into dropping some money.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a cash grab, but it's all cosmetic stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't help the performance.
I mean, the only thing it kind of helps you with is the blueprints. So the blueprints are basically like predetermined gun setups, but it's stuff that you can get. But they are if you don't have it unlocked, they'll give it to you early so you can know what this weapon is about with these particular attachments. But if you have everything unlocked, it's really literally about the skin.
Can you feed veggie dishes to your cat though? That's what I want.
That's not even saying fucking
dirty mouth.
What the?
How dare you?
I don't even understand. I don't understand. I don't want to understand. But I want to make fun of you.
I know exactly what he's talking about. Fuck you.
Yeah, Monster Hunter.
Christ.
It's crazy. But Modern Warfare, I really like this game because I own like a shit ton of Call of Duties, but this one I think they've done really, really well. The co-op was good. They actually take a lot because we're Station and I are playing one of the modes we couldn't even finish. And it's literally the first mission. Like, we kept dying. Like, everyone kept dying.
So you suck, is what you're saying.
Oh, no, I've beaten it before.
I didn't know what was going on.
Have you, though?
I've beaten it twice. But, it's really, like, you got to help out the squad. And the squad we kept getting randoms, they're fucking up. So
what if you're the random?
Yeah.
No. And they were good. They were
no, they were not.
It was literally my first day playing, so I didn't know where was. I was like, which way is what? Where's the map? So I didn't know what was going on. I was like, where am I supposed to go? So I was just following your lead.
I guess I'll come help you.
Oh, this fucking.
Also, before we totally switch it up, I saw that I guess at Sony CES?
CES, yeah.
They I guess teased some stuff with the PlayStation 5.
Teased the logo.
That's so dumb. The fuck? We already knew what the logo was. Like, are you fucking serious?
It needed to be addressed.
That's so dumb. It's gonna look like a PlayStation 4, but with a 5.
Oh, damn.
Are you fucking serious?
I love somebody
Same
made a video.
font. Same font, same everything.
But apparently people were mad about it. I'm like, it's
how?
literally the same
How?
thing.
How are you bad?
The last fucking 4 consoles have been with the same, or 3
So-
since PlayStation 2.
What got me is that when they introduced the logo, the room is full of fucking people, and they're just like, "Oh wow, like, yay,
Yeah,
new
I'm
logo that we know
I'm like, I
what
don't
we've
give a
already
shit.
seen."
Like I would imagine,
which is
like
coming.
for someone that doesn't, I've never really done like the whole business traveling thing or whatever. But I understand it's kind of a hassle to sit on a plane and blah blah blah. Yeah, they put you up in a place, but to fly across, let's say you're fucking in Buffalo, wherever
or
CES
Germany,
was. Yeah,
CES
to
is
get
in Vegas.
to get flown from fucking Boston to Vegas just to see a logo on a fucking screen. Like you better be giving me a lot of fucking voucher money at the
Oh, yeah.
casino.
Not a single fucking hint about the hardware.
Yeah.
I'm just like, bruh. I mean, don't
Dude.
get me wrong. I'm gonna get a PlayStation anyway, and the Xbox anyway, because I like to have all the consoles. But Fita just, oh look, here's the logo. I don't give a shit.
That ain't enough.
Did they show games or no?
No, they didn't show
oh my,
shit.
oh shit.
Somebody made a video of the editors when they're working on logos and shit like that, and it says PS4, and the guy's like, "Oh shit, what do I do?" And he deletes the 4 and puts a 5, and it's all, "Oh, we did it, yay!"
Oh, that's so good.
Oh my god!
So,
Like they literally took the S. They could have took they took the 2 from the PlayStation 2 and flipped it over to make it to a 5. That would have been fucking perfect if they did that.
I don't understand. I mean, I'm a Sony fan. I mean, that's my main console that I play now. But listen, it could go either way. Like, listen, if fucking Xbox starts putting out good games again, I'll fucking go Team Xbox. You know, or the Switch. I mean, I play the Switch too. But if they start putting out good games, well, shit, they already have. I mean. They had a lot of good games.
Yeah,
like
I mean, Breath of the Wild.
games.
Everyone keeps talking about Splatoon 2.
Yeah.
That's rated really high.
They have a
And
lot
that's
of-
really good game.
They have a lot of good shit. But for my main shit is on PlayStation. But I'm not.
Your main chick.
Yeah, I'm not. If PlayStation fucked up on PS5, I'll tell you right away. Like, listen, I'm playing Xbox or Switch only now.
The games always matter.
Yeah,
games
yeah.
for gamers are what like leads you to a console or whatever device, and then obviously where your friends fucking play too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you fucking assholes got me off the PC and playing these fucking dumbass console games.
Weeby games. Let's
Wee.
go, baby.
So
Veggie platter.
do we have? All right,
Dude, I only got
we got to discuss what the fuck.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
all right.
Go on.
People are listening. Are like, what is? I don't know what. I'm not knowledgeable about whatever is going on. All I know in the group chat, there's been weeb this, weeb that. I literally before the cast had to go in Urban Dictionary to find out what the hell a weeb was.
Okay, boomer. Even though you're not a boomer, but I'm just saying.
Damn.
But all I know is these two clowns to the left and right of me have been on this fucking Monster Hunter game.
Hey, I've been on this since day one.
I don't know
I
why.
did. I did a hard 180.
Hard
I was
180.
shitting on this game, goddamn, because I didn't understand it. It was too weavy, and then all of a sudden, my inner weave started coming on the outside, and then I just kind of fangirled over it. and old Ninja didn't tell me there were memes about it, so
I didn't even
you
know.
hunt-
I didn't care.
you
I was
hunt
too busy,
monsters?
I was too busy hunting. Yes, it is called Monster Hunter World. You hunt fucking monsters. That's the
What's
fucking
fun
game.
about this?
so the co-op
There's
and leveling up your weapons and your little cat and your fucking
It's a cat.
Yeah,
Palico is your cat.
cat.
And then you
if you're by yourself or with one other person.
you eat food.
So it's like a
You
daemon.
Yeah, basically. You
It's
eat
like a
food, you go out like from a Golden Compass.
Compass.
You eat food, you go out and hunt like tracks, and then you kill the fucking monster, and then you level up.
Yeah, you basically
that's really the
You're
game.
basically like trying to build the best armor and the best weapons.
And you
then-
can dance too.
Yeah, you can dance. You can talk shit. You can actually talk shit too.
How is this different than World of Warcraft?
I've never played
WoW.
I haven't played Warcraft since part 2. So I mean, I guess
It's
kind
super weird. Like it's very Japanese.
So
yeah.
where did the term come from?
Weeb?
The
It's
whole
a-
weeby stuff
Yeah.
with this,
it's
like
anime culture. I believe.
yeah, I mean it's mostly anime and wannabe
Yeah,
anime.
weeb is somebody who wants to be Japanese culture.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, but this is a Capcom game. This has been, I mean, there's been multiple iterations of the game. This is the most current version and the most popular and Capcom's most profitable game ever.
and what got
Are the
people,
monsters hard to kill or
Some
something?
of
yeah,
them-
they
some of
are.
them are
There's
extremely
a whole
hard to
low
kill.
rank,
It
high
looks
rank,
dumb,
and
though.
master rank. But let me just say this real quickly. they came out with an expansion that's as big as the regular
game.
So that's why people got into it, even though it came out last
So
year.
it's taking up more of my hard drive. If I were to
Yeah.
do that
Basically.
bullshit.
I mean, it has a
It
steep.
looks like top-down graphics.
No,
Like I'm
no,
playing.
It's not top down.
No, there's no top down.
It's like third person.
It's a third-person game because you
looks like-
you literally build your character from.
It
the
sounds like
ground
you're
up.
curious and want to weave with us.
Oh shit!
I'm confused. I know better than to fucking just
Stay
jump in
away.
some dumb shit that
Don't
y'all.
fucking
Download the demo. Play
I
the
just
demo.
don't know what it is. I see it from the outside. I'm like, why are they addicted to this dumb drug? But I know not to fucking
Hold
light
on.
up the meth.
You have
inhale the fumes.
You have Twitch. Fucking use Twitch
Yeah, I
and
see
watch
it, but I don't-
watch it on there.
And it
we
doesn't
will
make
be
any
on
sense.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
I tried.
I was on today.
I literally
Wait.
tried. I looked forward to it.
Yes,
and I
you
was
did.
so let down. I was like, what the
I was,
fuck is this nonsense?
and I was polar opposite. I was like ecstatic about this one. I'm like, this is great. This is the best Monster Hunter ever released.
Hey, Clay in the chat said there's a Resident Evil 2 DLC for it.
Listen.
Are you talking about
Oh
something
yeah,
different?
so it's a collaboration. So basically, you can get skins to be the characters, and each of the skins have like different attributes that can help you hunt depending on.
Why
what you're
wouldn't
doing.
I just play God of War if I want to hunt monsters?
Hard side.
Because
Listen, saying
it's-
that this is the best Monster Hunter ever is like saying this is the best herpes ever.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
damn!
All right.
That's terrible.
Gonorrhea.
I mean, this game is super popular. I mean,
So?
So is herpes.
There's a lot
oh
of
shit.